Hello. Welcome back to my unfiltered podcast, To Be Free, a podcast that illuminates the pathway to true freedom. It's me, your host, Laura Jane. I'm a passionate freedompreneur and freedom coach, here to light the path forward as you manifest a life of true, radically aligned freedom. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. I am just so beyond grateful that you're here. Today, I am called to talk about how we have been conditioned to settle for less than our potential and for less than what we truly desire in life, to settle for less than our highest visions and greatest dreams. We've been conditioned to settle, feel limited, and to play small. And what are we even settling for? Well, we settle for comfort bubbles and familiarity, for the status quo, for mainstream paths that feel the safest because they're accepted by the majority. We settle for what is socially acceptable, for what will get us the most external approval and validation, for what looks good on paper or on our LinkedIn profiles. We settle for what other people expect of us, for what we see the majority doing, for so-called illusory security and stability. We settle for so-so jobs just to check off those achievement boxes. And sometimes we even move to so-so cities just to work at a so-so job. It's just all so mediocre. Because society conditions us to be mediocre, to do mediocre mainstream things that are comfy, safe, and acceptable, to follow the cookie cutter path that the majority are following. This might sound harsh, but it's the truth. I shared this quote in my last episode. We are born into mastery, but settle for mediocrity. No one chooses mediocrity. They settle for it because that's what the majority are doing. And this isn't our fault, right? It's our unhealed programming and conditioning and limiting beliefs that are passed down from our lineage, from society, inherited from collective consciousness and group thought. We have been told this is the way. We are told to believe that this is what life on earth is meant to be like. We are told what's realistic and what's logical by other people who are living in a very limited reality. We see how the majority are getting by and settling, and we get sucked into the vortex. We are groomed to do good in school, work a desk job that is often uninspiring, unfulfilling, and actually suppresses our intuitive soul gifts. We're conditioned to believe that we are here on earth to grind 9 to 5 for 45 years, earn our stripes, enjoy some vacation days, pay our bills, and save for freedom at retirement. This is what we've been programmed and conditioned to do. And on top of that, we are often told our greatest dreams and visions aren't realistic or logical or possible, or that they're reckless or too risky. And when we begin to believe these limiting beliefs ourselves, we create a mind barrier in our consciousness that makes those things unrealistic for us because our beliefs create our reality. Every perceived limitation in life is fueled by a disempowering, limiting belief that we hold in our subconscious mind. And we forget these are just limiting beliefs in our mind. We start to believe that these are facts about our potential and what's possible on earth. We forget that we have the power to transcend these perceived limitations by choosing new beliefs, new empowering, sovereign beliefs. And sadly, these limiting beliefs spread like wildfire across mainstream society, which results in the majority of people settling in a restrictive realm that holds them back from their higher potential. I know this because I see it happening all around me, and I have lived it. I have lived and breathed it. Just 5 years ago, I started waking up to all the ways I felt anchored down and all the ways I was majorly settling in my life. I had higher visions and greater dreams that were being suppressed by the belief that I needed to settle for a stable 9 to 5 job at a reputable company in order to make a living and be of value to the world. I was told my visions of world travel, living abroad, starting my own coaching business, and manifesting a life of true freedom weren't realistic by other people living in the restrictive realm in this limiting paradigm. So I began to believe that too, which kept me anchored down working a soul-suppressing job that was so demotivating, uninspiring, and unfulfilling. And for what? A paycheck every other week, external approval and validation, a fancy LinkedIn title, and an image of success and so-called stability. I was also holding on to friendships that were totally disempowering and unloving. And for what? Comfort and familiarity. I was holding on to so many things that no longer supported my evolution because I was settling for the comfort bubble. Settling can feel comfy, but we can't grow in the comfort bubble. We have to get uncomfortable to evolve. We have to leave the comfort zone and courageously face the unknown and embrace the unseen. We have to conquer our fears. This is how we evolve. When we settle, we don't evolve. We suppress our soul and we give our power away. We don't see any other possibilities, only the path we're settling for. And we forget that we can manifest anything we want in our life with the power, the superpowers of our consciousness. We forget that we are here on earth to create our life like an artist. You are the artist of your life tapestry. You are the author of your own book, and you are the main character and hero of your story. You must not allow society to condition you to be someone you are not, to program you to feel small and limited. You must not allow society to dim down your light, nor squash your dreams. You must remember that you are not here to settle, nor just get by and survive in a comfort bubble. You are here to rise up, play big, and thrive. In this precious life of ours, we are meant to be following what lights us the fuck up. We're here to be creators, innovators, and manifestors, not worker bees who are forever daydreaming about something greater. We are meant to pursue soul-aligned careers and create soul-aligned businesses that allow us to share our soul gifts and be in higher service to the world. I don't even use the term work. I call this soul-aligned service. Soul-aligned service doesn't feel like work because you're in alignment with your true north and higher calling. It's just part of your nature. Soul-aligned service is an embodiment of your mission, your dharma, your higher purpose. And you would choose this soul-aligned service over and over again. No hesitation, no doubts. Even if money didn't exist on Earth and we lived on some sort of barter system, this is still the soul-aligned service you would choose for yourself. It's your calling. And you're going to be called to evolve many times in your life. You're going to feel this unshakable feeling of something more that you're meant to pursue beyond the paradigm you are currently living in. You're meant to answer the call. We aren't meant to stay in one chapter, holding on and forcing ourselves to remain in a space that we've outgrown. We aren't meant to be stagnant. We aren't meant to stay in one place or one chapter. We're not meant to be anchored down, living life on robotic repeat, doing the same thing over and over again like Groundhog's Day. We're not meant to stay on the hamster wheel. We're meant to grow, to expand, to change, and to evolve. We're meant to experience something totally different at different points in our life. We're meant to lift the anchors and set sail towards the horizon. We're meant to write the next chapter, then the next chapter, and then the next. And as scary as it can feel, we're meant to move towards the unknown and the unseen. We're energetic beings. We're fluid and ever-changing. Energy is meant to flow freely. Energy needs to move, shift, and expand. And when you resist this, you're going against your energetic nature. You're the most radiant when you're flowing and growing. And we need to stop settling down in places that don't light us up. We're meant to live in the place on earth that feels like home to our heart, inspires us, energizes us, and fuels our soul. And maybe this means seasonal living or lots of travel and exploration. We aren't meant to settle down in a so-so place that doesn't inspire us. This creates so much stagnation in our bodies and in our energy field. As energetic beings, we're meant to keep aspiring for more. We're meant to fully appreciate what we have right now and be beyond grateful for where we are in the moment while reaching for more, while desiring more. There is absolutely nothing wrong with desire. Desire is what motivates us to create and evolve. It's our human nature to keep us inspired. We aren't meant to suppress our desires and settle for less than what we truly want. That energy of desire wants to flow into creation. And when we suppress it, it gets trapped in our energy field, creating a heaviness, an anchor, a block. This energy sits stagnant as a desire that goes unfulfilled. We must let the energy of desire flow, to let it motivate us to manifest even more, to live a liberated life. So, let me ask you this. What if you finally decide to break the cycle of settling? What if you choose to lean into that deep feeling that there's something greater, something bigger, something more purposeful out there for you to align with? A higher calling, a vision, a dream, a burning desire. And you choose to trust yourself in your calling above all else. You know these are messages from your higher self, your higher consciousness, guiding you to a higher potential. So you choose to go for it with your whole heart and soul. Where would you be? What would you be creating? How would you feel? Tune into that. No more settling for a life only half lived. And no more pretending to be happy with your settling. No more settling for a life that dims the fire in your soul. No more settling for less than what you truly desire in the deepest portal of your heart. You're not here for that basic cookie cutter life. You're here for magic. You're here for all that ignites the spark within you. You're here for greatness. You're here to follow your true north and share your gifts with the world. You're here to create the most beautiful, inspiring, fulfilling, abundant life of your dreams. And you're here to remember who you truly are and the power you hold beyond all of your perceived limitations. You're here to be free. To be free is to finally stop settling. You break the cycle of settling. You say no more. You release the shackles, break free, and rise up. You're a cycle breaker. When you break free from the cycle of settling, you create a ripple effect. You show others what is possible beyond the settling, beyond their perceived limitations. And then others are inspired and invigorated to do the same. But also, let's be real, when you break free from the mainstream path, some people will be triggered and try to bring you down because you're shattering their limiting belief system and they don't understand how you broke free. But most will be inspired. And even if someone is triggered, triggers do act as mirrors reflecting back to someone where they are feeling unfulfilled in their own life. So with deeper reflection, that trigger can still create motivation for that person to also stop settling and to also break free. So you're still creating a powerful ripple effect. May we all break the cycle of settling and rise up to freedom together. And with that, thank you so much for being here with me today. I am so beyond grateful for you. Until next time.